the game can see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go.
All right, so you just keep going. So, I mean, we're just talking about, like, your daughter.
Yeah.
So what, just tell us, so people that don't know the story, don't understand why it is you're so intense, and why this fight game, you fear nothing when it comes to this.
Yeah, I don't fear anything. I don't fear anything on this earth. My daughter, you know, like you said, my daughter Aaliyah, she passed away at 19 months. She had anywhere from like 150 to 175 seizures every single day for 19 months. She had brain damage. She had zero motor skills. She couldn't hold her head up. She couldn't sit up. She couldn't lift her arms. She couldn't grab things. She couldn't stand on her feet. She had 8 medicines twice a day that she had to have. She had to eat every 3 hours. And because she couldn't eat, she ate through a tube in her stomach, so I had to feed her through her Mickey tube every 3 hours with a special formula. We stayed in the hospital for months at a time. So, you know, when these other dudes were sleeping in their comfy bed at home, doing a camp, you know, waking up to their food at their house, and, you know, all their running gear and all, you know what I'm saying, all the comforts of staying at your house. I was doing all that out of the hospital, you know what I'm saying, on a bed that was a little bit longer than this with just a little pad over it at the hospital. That's where I was sleeping. That's where I was eating. That's where I was taking my ice baths, you know. Went to my fights, I handle business every time, because if she could go through that at 19 months, I can get the job done. If she's getting the job done day in and day out with everything she's enduring, I can go out, I can get the job done. You know, but 19 months, things was looking bad, you know. Five different times, because she was on life support 5 different times, they came to me and brought me in a small room, and I sat around this big desk with these doctors, and they said, Caleb, we've been going through this for a while now, and her stats aren't looking good, blah blah blah, and basically we just want to come in here and tell you that, you know, your daughter, she's going to pass away tonight. She's not going to make it through the night. She's going to pass away. And, you know, if you can imagine being a 20-year-old father, you know, trying to, you know, maintain a professional career and going through those things and being told those things, you know, it'll put a few gray hairs on the side of your head. And you know, but I it's like I wouldn't let her go. So I would tell, you know, we're gonna make it, we're gonna get through this, we're gonna get through this. I sit there and talk to her, even though I knew she probably didn't even know who I was, because of all the things that was wrong with her. You know, she would never know my name. She would never grow up to say Merry Christmas. She would never grow up to be, you know, a cheerleader, or, you know, go to prom or have friends, or, you know, any of that. I'm proud of you, Dad. My dad's a world champion. I would never, you know, she would never get to do any of those things. Any of the things me and you do, or and kids do, she would never be able to do any of that. And but it's like I still wouldn't let her go. But the last time, you know, I had a moment to myself with her, and I just told her that if she's ready to go, you know, that I support her and that I'm not going to be mad at her. And she passed away in my arms, you know. And back in like the medieval times, they would walk someone out to the water, and they would walk them way out deep, up to the neck, and then they go out a little bit farther, they hold them underwater. And they would hold them underwater until they thought that they died. And if that person came back to life, then they was crowned king. They came back from the dead. Well, I done been held underwater. I done been walked out there. So now I need my crown. And I'm not going anywhere without it. So anybody looking to get rid of me is going to have to come see me personally. That's a fact. That's a fact. Anybody who's looking to get rid of me, they're going to have to come see me personally. I put that on God himself. That's a fact.
That's amazing. So, I mean, for you, you're, you know, losing your daughter and seeing that, you know, it's not like necessarily, because there's 2 roads that you could take. I mean, I've dealt with gnarly mental health issues myself, and it can be like, that can completely deter you and destroy you as a human being.
Yeah.
Or it can give you a sense of inspiration, or it can just simply make you numb. Like, where does that fit in? Is this more fuel for you to, like, continue this career, or do you sometimes feel like the fuck's the point? She ain't even here.
I mean, there was times she was in the hospital and I'd have to leave. If she was in a stable, somewhat of a stable position, I would leave. I'd go train. I'd wake up in the morning. I'd go to the boxing gym and train. I'd come back to the hospital, spend time with her, go to strength and conditioning, come back to the hospital, spend time with her, go home, get more clothes, come back to the hospital, then go running, come back to the hospital, go get ice, take an ice bath. That'd be like a day for me. But there was a lot of, so those times that I had to leave, right? If I don't, I left for boxing. I left the hospital for boxing, right? But if this all ends, then all those times I left are going to be in vain. All that time I was at the gym, I could have been with her, because I only had 19 months. And if I would have known I would have had 19 months, you know, it should have been spent with her. So now if they don't work out, then that time I was away from her when I should have been with her is going to be in vain. It's going to be for nothing, right? I can't let that be for nothing. That's my daughter.
So this needs to work.
No. It don't need to work. It's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
It has to work, or I hope it works, or it needs to work. It's going to work. Period. And anybody who thinks any differently is going to have to come see me personally. And you, whether you beat me or whether you, whatever, it don't matter. You're going to have to show me personally. You're going to have to show me personally. I could be wrong. If you think I'm going to take an L, that's okay. You're just going to have to show me personally, because I'm not taking your word for it. This is going to work. There ain't no plan B. I started boxing at 9 years old. There ain't never been a plan B. Not to go to college, not to get a 9 to 5, not to get a job, not to be in the NFL. None of that. This is it. This is all I've ever had is boxing. And then you add my daughter on top of that. You add how I grew up on top of that. You add where I'm from on top of that. Look. Hold up a second. On this interview. Y'all see this right here? Y'all see that? Y'all see that trailer right there? Y'all see that plastic chair right there? Y'all see stairs right there? No, you don't see stairs. You see a plastic chair to get in the house. That's where I'm from. I'm from the meth and heroin capital of the U.S. That's where I'm from. Where a mother sell her child's last toy for 1 Xanax. Where a mother lock her son and her daughter in a room for hours, not taking care of them as kids, just so she can be locked away in her room, tending to her own self, doing her own stuff. I'm from where people gather around space heaters because they ain't got no heat. I'm from where the Bethesda Center gives out-of-date canned food to you because you ain't got no food. This ain't no plan B. There ain't no plan B. This is it. It's not, I hope it works. It's gonna work. And anybody thinking differently, just come talk to me personally. We'll figure it out.
That's insane, man. Wow. I appreciate it, man. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate you.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingvoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.
In the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.